Episode 578 of the TV Dudes, recorded Friday 13th, February 2026. Industry.
The 13th.
The 13th. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It's Jason Day for all those who celebrate. And, Industry.
Oh my
Patreon
God.
Showrunner pick.
Be careful what you wish for as we do another Patreon showrunner pick from JPV. Talking about... Oh God, what are we talking about?
Industry. His first pick of 2026 is the HBO slow burn hit. It's in its fourth season and is there, I think it's the 1-2 punch of Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Industry.
Yay.
Is HBO's Sunday night right
Sunday
now.
nights, yeah.
Never dove into Industry before, and so we did this month with 4 specifically picked episodes from JPV.
Indeed. Well,
Before we get to that, though, I'm Les.
I'm Nick.
And we're the TV Dudes. And you know about a bunch of drees that indust? That doesn't
Drees.
work. No.
You
know a bunch of recent
of
college grads with no morals and a high drug tolerance isn't all we watched this week.
Hell yeah. I mean, we didn't watch A&E.
That's true.
What were the diaries?
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
Tell me them.
Well,
Whisper them to me, Les. What did you watch this week?
who should I marry?
Show me on the diaries where the TV watched you.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we need HR in here. The diaries locked the door. I was afraid.
Well, I mean, we could start off with the only thing we got for desserts going forward is the pit, basically.
That's true.
Although you probably aren't caught up on it.
No, I'm one off on the pit right now. So we still don't know. We got necrotizing fasciitis was the last thing I'd seen on it.
Right.
But and a second hospital, I think, shut down and is sending people now. I did see somebody pitch on my Facebook feed that season 3 of the pit should just be 2 normal episodes. And then in the 3rd episode, a dead patient gets back up, bites somebody, and it's on. And the series ends with Noah Weil riding a hog off into the fucking distance with double shotguns on his back. And honestly, I'm sold. It's solid. That's a great way for that to go out.
Well, I mean, we did watch The Rookie.
That's true. So after a couple of fucking really good Rookie episodes in a row, like a genuinely good little pocket serial killer episode, and then last week's was... Honestly, all of the plots were cute and went where they needed to go. We've started saying that this show is not a 1-hour drama. No matter what they tell you, this is 2 sitcoms in a trench coat. Because all of the plots are straight up sitcom plots. The only reason they feel serious is because they go on slightly long. But this episode dove back into some Rookie silliness. Oh, damn it, I'm blanking on officer's name that's super into crystals and...
Oh, Juarez?
Is it Juarez?
Officer Juarez, yeah.
And she and Texas
in Tex
are... I wish we had Aaron back again, man. He should have been on the episode longer, on the show longer. He got to come back.
Tex,
but she and Tex are investigating. They're just going to a crystal shop.
Yeah, they're going to talk about like
her interest in crystals and shit.
Crystals and like, oh, I just want to get laid. Are there any crystal for that? Well, I mean, there's horny, like maybe some taupe. I don't know what I hate every.
She's saying actual crystal names and shit.
She seems like a lovely actress. I hate every time she opens her goddamn mouth. Like,
well, they walk into this store up. And this woman behind the counter gets mad at the guy in front of them in line who's checking out, and he's mad that like a love spell didn't work or something, and she's like, no refunds. And then she throws like a Haruken, like throws a curse ball at him, and Juarez jumps behind Tex instead of and she blames herself later for not taking the bullet. And the dude spins around, and we had to rewind it back because, like, the guy actually hits Tex in his face and scratches him just a little, and it we were saying at the time of like, this is about to be really real for the show because they're making it feel like that curse cut him on the cheek.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Kubo and the 2 strings or whatever, you know.
But like, of course, with the Rookie, it's always, man, it like everything else, it straddles the fence so hard of like, is everything she says bullshit, or is this some truth to this wicked?
Nick, is it? That's
She's
why it's a
witch.
sitcom, dude.
Yeah, like
they could have a Halloween episode where there is a zombie apocalypse, and then we just pick it up the next week and like act like that didn't happen.
Oh,
and
like two guys, like two guys at a pizza place.
Yeah,
just
straight up. Yes, I'm comparing this show to Two Guys at a Pizza Place. And I know what you're thinking. Nothing compares well, and no. So he is fucking cursed, and it gets absurdly insane across the episode. Separately, we've also got like a firebug romance. This is a Valentine's episode. Firebug romance going on. The burning swan was funny as shit. Dry cleaning fire thing like happening around town. We have in the middle of this episode like a series of scenes where characters say like stand up and applaud standing up for themselves moment.
Yeah.
Like Wesley has a moment where Harper has fucked him on a case.
Back, I think was it last season or was it this season with the serial killer?
I think it was last season, but it's hard to. I think it was last season.
But I think Howdy Doody was still on the show back then. But she laid out to this cop like, "I will find a way to hang these murders around your neck." Like the way she worded it was super fucked up and weird.
It is absolutely anyone on a jury, and Wesley, you can see it on Ashmore's face.
When
man.
It's like, did you say, "quote, I will find a way to hang these murders"?
No matter
on
what,
your,
she just short of like actually says, "I don't care if you didn't do it." I mean, like she may have said something close.
But you know that every other cop in the world go, "I don't recall."
Right? No, and Harper just like, oh.
But of course, she's a good cop, so like she has to admit that she did that. Like, I'm like, so you doing that in the first place is makes you a bad cop.
Right?
You not lying about it doesn't make you a good cop.
Fucks Wesley's cat. Like he knows it.
Yeah.
And tells her like, okay, so now you better go get something real because you have undercut what like I can only win what I can prove, and you have destroyed that.
Right.
And like takes her to task. And I was waiting for Harper to really blow back up at him, but she doesn't quite. But for several episodes now, it has seemed for all the world like Lopez does not like him.
Yeah.
Or at least not in a way that I would appreciate.
My husband's here.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. And like, I think the show thinks this is coming off as cute.
I think it's cute, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
It just feels kind of weird. This episode, she gets straight up angry at him.
Yeah, and he like cuts it off pretty fast.
Yeah.
Normally he lets her yell at him for a while, but like this is like it's at a party and he's doing another thing, and he really does not have time to deal with this right now.
There's literally a person taking photos of them while they're yelling.
Yeah. And so like, okay, so first off, your friend fucked me on this, and she screwed up. So
and you know it as a cop.
So take a moment, realize who you're mad at right now and whether or not they deserve it. And like, is the nicest way of like, don't fucking come at me like that.
I didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the one that got screwed here. Why are you even? Yeah.
Right. If anyone's mad, like, how is it that I get fucked and you're mad at me for what? Like having to, because he had to report it to IA, and I'm like, yeah, because if I don't, I could get disbarred. Like it's information that I now know, and I can't.
And they know, and if it's not reported very very quickly, they will report it, and that will be worse for everyone. I'll get disbarred. Yeah.
And also but that's also not my fault. You've put me in a very bad position.
Yes, it's not my fault to have to cover. Yeah. So that happens, and then we also get it's Valentine's Day, and Bailey and Nolan are still fighting over moving to DC, and Nolan telling her that that's insane. She needs to go to therapy, which does not go over great. And there's a moment where Bailey's talking to
the sergeant's wife, right?
Yeah, who's like, no, like, she's like, well, I know relationships are all about, compromise. And she's like,
sometimes they're not.
Sometimes, and we talk about this in politics all the time of like, meeting in the middle doesn't work for every issue.
Right.
Like some issues are one or the other. And then she's like, yeah, listen, man, 50-50 compromise is not going to solve everything. Sometimes one of you is just going to have to cave.
Yeah.
And then genuinely let it go. You're going to make a sacrifice because it's not just caving about something you don't care about. It's going to be something you care about, and you're going to have to let it go because this is bigger.
Right. And it's so weird that Nolan actually lets her not have to make that sacrifice.
Right. So she has a Valentine's Day present for him that's instead of a promise for infinite massages or whatever, it's a promise to cohabitate with, like, it's a confirmation that like, I hear you. It had to have been insane. Like, I'm a complete snack. It had to be insanely hard for you to stand up to me. And then I bit your head off about it and made it even harder for you to stick by your guns. I'm sorry. And like, it's great. And the show wants it both ways so bad because Wesley kind of caves on his a little bit.
Yeah.
And Nolan fully caves on at the end of the episode. Like, your willingness to stay makes it okay that you can go.
Well, I love her clocking it as, you think I'll get bored in a year, in a year and come back to find another thing here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
What?
That's crazy talk.
I'm notoriously a dumb cop. I don't understand any of that.
Like, I'm but a simple caveman. Your ways frighten and confuse me.
What is this fire you speak of? I don't like he told, and that's like, man, that's totally what he's doing. He's banking on the fact that, like,
absolutely,
because she's talking about, like, she's gonna make the sacrifice and stay with him here, and I think he realizes she doesn't know it. She's gonna resent having to do that sacrifice because she's not gonna go to therapy for this. Like I want her to,
and I can. So for in trying to be charitable towards the writing here, I can see the logic of Nolan as a character thinking, I know a little bit better. She is actually going to resent me for this. But the fact that she's actually willing to try that,
right,
means that there's enough here for me to trust her moving.
You know what it would really, like, hey, I know you mean that now.
Oh, yeah, that's if you don't want to make it through Valentine's Day in a relationship.
Right, like,
yeah.
When you say that, you mean it. Now, like in a way that I would immediately end a relationship over.
Right.
Like in that, like
do you want to spike this ball or do you?
But that's totally what he's doing. Like, so I need you to go figure this out by yourself, and then come, like, because I can't teach you this lesson.
Well, there's no convincing. She's gonna have to learn. Like, she's gonna have to see that herself.
But in a way that we don't like. So you sacrifice for your job, right? But also sacrificing for a relationship doesn't seem to have the same. So she has to sacrifice her relationship with Nolan to go do this thing she wants to do.
And she doesn't see that. Though.
And so, like, they're talking about doing a separation or long term or whatever. And so you're making a personal sacrifice to go do this job that you like and think is cool, sure. But also, you realize that you're you can't get out of this without sacrificing something.
Right.
But also, like, why is it okay to sacrifice Nolan and not okay to sacrifice the job?
Totally.
And you can have a legit answer to that, but if you don't have one, you need to go to therapy and figure it out.
It makes me think of the next thing on our diaries list, finishing out Haunted Hotel. But I want glory, but I want it to feel right.
Well, it sounds like you want friendship.
It sounds like you want friendship, but you don't like it.
It sounds like you want friendship, you just don't like it.
It's like Bailey, like, but I want my job.
Haunted Hotel is one of those... It's missing.
So glad they're scaring up another season.
It's missing the pacing. It needs to be paced up a little bit to really be on, like.
It's a little more of a vibe show.
Like
groove show than.
If it was paced up a little bit, and had a little bit more faster. It could really feel like Inside Job or. It
reminds me of Crapopolis.
Yeah.
I like every episode, but they're not barn burners.
Right. No, that's a pretty good comparison.
So yeah, I would do 3 or 4 Haunted Hotel episodes dropped in random schedule for the rest of my life, I guess. Is that Crapopolis' release schedule?
Yeah, but Kamal Nanjiani leads a cult that follows Abaddon in the finale.
Yes, the Acolytes of Abaddon.
And so he has to learn a big lesson about family and, like, whether or not he's gonna be, like, his friendship. Like, I measure millennia in moments. You're but a blip. And what's her name gives them a quilt.
Esther.
Like, yeah. Esther just gives, like, and I made you this quilt.
It's of our adventures. It's 1 square's for each adventure we've had, and then the last square's empty for all the adventures we'll never have. Like, I already have a blanket.
I'm trying to emotionally manipulate you, you piece of shit. Like,
this is just a regular blanket. How the fuck would I know how to make a quilt?
Man, Esther rules.
She is fucking great. Yeah, that show is overall just really cute. I'll be happy to have more of it. Especially since all of our other fucking great cartoons keep getting one season and done.
Yeah, I don't know if how much the whole family should use black magic. It didn't work for our brother. Well, like, what brother? Right?
Right? Yeah, there's lots of little shit in the backgrounds. It's fun. I definitely would recommend it. It's over on Netflix. I think folks should go watch that. Definitely got a season 2, so, I guess nobody else has to watch it, but it's probably still good.
Hey, we're Stabracadabra. We're a ghost band whose instruments died while with
so
them.
They became ghosts too. Oh, that's my question.
That was my question.
Fucking Ben. Ben just being way too, into the cult, into the thing in the well. That's not a bottomless pit. No, I threw it right down there and it threw it back. Okay. Said I had kind eyes. Stay away from the pit, Ben.
Man, you gotta stay away. Like that's constantly you have to what they're polar opposites of Esther is the chaos gremlin.
I know lots of stuff. I know when we're all gonna die. I know my firstborn son's promised to the Queen of the Moon.
And Ben is the nice man, when they make a bunch of different Bens with different parts of their personality, and they have to make out with each other, at a certain point, I don't know what is happening here.
Fucking horny Ben.
Yeah.
There's also Kitty Cat Ben. But at one point, Kitty Cat Ben? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm horny Ben. I just felt like being a cat. Oh.
Yeah, I'm back together now, although I do feel less curious somehow and adventurous.
Oh, man, adventurous Ben setting off. Yeah. I like the Madrox problem of that. That's hilarious to me. Or the end of multiplicity. So I also watched season 4 of The Lincoln Lawyer, which dropped on Netflix, and very much enjoyed that. I rewatched season 3 just to been a minute, and I enjoyed season 3. Season 4 I think is better. I like the Mickey being on trial, the crime, the characterization. This was really fun. If they don't get any more, really enjoyed it. If they do get more, fucking cool. Can't be that expensive to make. There's really no stars on it, and all the cast they have are great. I was telling Nick, he was telling you, it's paced just above Laundry.
Mm-hmm.
I think is why it's been a bit of a slow burn hit for Netflix. I think that's it. It is, there's a lot of burn. We talk a lot about Burn Notice USA type shows that are paced perfectly to be able to run to the refrigerator or check your noodles or change your laundry over and come back out and be like, oh, they found that piece of evidence. Cool. I know where we are.
Yeah.
And on the Lincoln Lawyer, you come back in and the way it's structured, it's not, oh, I guess they found that piece of evidence. It's they're driving to a location and you're like, they must have got the thing they need, but you don't know what it is because you were out of the room when they discovered there's a extra what or why that you missed.
Right.
And so I kept finding, also, there's just fun lines and performances. I kept finding myself rewinding it back and realizing shit, can't run out of the room. Pause it. When my brain wants this to be a fluff procedural that I don't have to pause, not The Pit or something, and I find myself pausing it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, finished out the Fox seasons of Lucifer.
Yeah.
And so it's about to jump to the Netflix.
I'm surprised you got all the way through that.
So am I. And when I say got all the way through it, I may have done a little more than laundry during some of these episodes. I've seen all of Lucifer before, and so there's times where you come back in and you're like, did I miss 5 minutes or 40 minutes? Yeah, fuck it.
It's
whatever. We're on to the next case. It's fine. Charlotte dead yet? Second time? Okay. So yeah, that's the only other, probably the strangest thing I watched for my general watching habits this week. Lisa watches all of the Traitors, the Alan Cumming.
Oh, yeah.
Weird, in a mansion. Some of you are murderers, some of you aren't. So she's watched all of those. There's a UK version that she really loves. But this season, for the first time, I think they're using the exact same rule set. Often in between the two, there's differences in the rules.
Yeah.
And those sometimes, when we watched Gotta Get Out, those things can make huge differences in gameplay.
Yeah.
Gotta Get Out's going to be a better show if they get another season, because they'll dial in some shit that was wonky. Traitors has theirs down at this point. But also, it's pretty much a celebrity. They don't have to say Traitors celebrity or whatever. They don't get normies for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lisa Rinna from like LA Law, like, and Real House. Like, there's a Real Housewives contingent. There's a gamers contingent of people who've like won Big Brother twice or won Survivor, or one dude's from Love Island, and he is frighteningly good at this. At like, he's such an aw shucks. Like, hey man, no, I just catch snakes in Alabama. I had a YouTube channel, and then I got on Love Island. And like, no one fucking sees him coming, and he's way too good at this game.
Oh my
and
God.
Lisa was like, also, he's from Love Island. That is the least strategic possible reality show.
Well, we all know that there's a couple monsters in our friend groups that are actually good at playing werewolf.
Right.
And like, that ruined the game for everyone else.
Travis Kelce's mom is there. The reason we watched it, though, and I only watched a couple episodes of it, the reason we watched it is Ron Funch.
Ron Funches, yeah.
This is the season that Ron Funches is on there.
Well, I think...
And he talks a lot.
I think I know who the traitor is.
He's exceptional at it, but also, like, he's the first... In the second episode, he completely busts this girl.
Yeah.
Like, they're at the thing, and he's like... I mean, he lays out his evidence and, like, very clearly and very politely and, like, listens to everybody. There's also Michael Rappaport in the house.
Oh, shit.
That man is not an actor. That's just Michael Rappaport. Every role you've ever seen him in, that's him. That's just him. He is so fucking weird and loud, and like, he's so much. And you can see how he's gonna rub everyone stuck in this fucking house the wrong way. But Funches talks about this whole experience in his stand-up that he's doing on tour right now, because it seems like he discovered he was autistic by being trapped on this show. And like, from what Lisa told me watching the whole season, I only saw the first couple episodes, she's like, oh yeah, him being like, no, but it's clearly this. And just not being listened to, or being in a house full of crazy, badly strategic people.
Right.
And like, while you're just being like, no, but just be sensible. Jesus Christ.
Bringing the psychology element into it is hard for him. Like, is like, oh, but it's obviously this thing.
And there's already, in the first 2 episodes, there's already been people who, you know, in their heads, they're trying to like pull something sneaky. It's just inept.
Yeah.
Like, a girl lies about a thing that when somebody asks, like, so did you actually say that? No. And no one, and then instead of sticking to her guns, the girl's like, well, I probably, I said he said that yesterday. And it's about a thing that didn't happen till today. He can't have said it yesterday. Like, it's about a thing you both saw at the same time this morning.
But just gets called out as a liar
and
early.
is bad at covering for it. And like, it's, and you can just see like like, what are you doing? Like, that makes no sense. Like, you can see that random people are going to fucking wreck him. But yeah, I don't know that I'll watch more of The Traitors. It's still not my show. I'm still not big on game shows. But Funches is definitely the reason to watch that season. That's probably all. I think that's all I watched this week. Yeah. Other than our showrunner pick.
Yeah, I watched some Muppets, and I can talk about it another week. Well, I mean, I rewatched like Walking Dead. I don't think I actually talked about it last couple weeks.
I knew you've been binging,
but like, it's
jumping between episodes and YouTube recaps, it seemed.
Yeah, and it was a thing of like being interested in the general themes of Walking Dead, like the general like story themes of it, like I'm like, oh, that is interesting in regards to survivors and humanity. Like, I kind of like the fact that Negan's a big problem to deal with, but after they deal with it, Rick and them try and build a whole coalition of all these different colonies working together, and then the more they have to hold it together, the more Negan-like stuff they have to do. In a way that the people that were underneath Negan was like, cool, you liberated us, that's awesome, Negan sucked. But also you're forcing us to work on this bridge, but you won't give us any weapons to defend ourselves from walkers because you don't trust us because we're Negan's guys. And like, well, yeah, but if you want food, you got to do this work for us. And while we're doing that, we'll protect you. You know who said that?
Yeah, you sound exactly like Negan,
and it's like, everyone's like, man, we want to believe you, dude, but this sounds like same shit, different day. And it is, on one level, the macro of it is interesting. I wish you could watch a show at 1.5 speed. Because I seriously was jumping to scenes with characters I cared about, because there's a lot of like, I don't care about that, I don't care about that. And so you jump to those scenes you care about, and then you watch the beginning of that conversation, and then you can jump to the end of it and
That's
like,
what it stuck with me that you'd said.
Yeah, like, because all scenes run 2 minutes too long because they're trying to hit 40.
Right.
And like Negan is a cool character. I love his monologues, but also he is a long-winded.
Right. Shut up and hit me with the bat.
It takes forever for him to get to a point. And like and usually the point is fear is a better because Steve Ogg is his right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that Steve Ogg seems to be
or Sky Ponyman.
He seems to be the saner one, but he wants to kill everybody when they don't do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, we've given these people warnings multiple times, and they don't work. These people still try and get out from under our boot. Like, well, then you teach them more. Like, Negan's thing is like, people are a resource.
You can't kill them.
You can't kill them. Not all of them. You kill one of them as a lesson, but you gotta.
Right. But you want to kill as few as possible for the biggest lesson.
Right. And Steve Ogg wipes out a whole colony against Negan's wishes, and it undermines a whole, if you're going to kill us all anyway,
then fuck it.
Then we rebel while we still have a good shot at it.
Right. You're just going to get weaker.
And like, because that's what everyone starts to realize is that the longer you're under Negan's, but the weaker you actually, the stronger you make them and the weaker you get to. If your plan is to slowly work your way into a rebellion, it's actually not.
No, you should desperately go for it. Yeah.
In a way that I like that. Negan thinks Carl is awesome.
Yeah, that like, cracks me up.
I love that he loves Carl. He thinks Carl rules. Like
Carl.
It's like because Carl jumps in and like to a truck like he tries to solve the Negan problem like immediately. Like he just jumps into the back of a savior truck and pops out when they land and like, I just want Negan. I don't have to kill the rest of you. And he immediately gets captured because he's a kid.
Right.
But Negan's like, oh my God. And then like he brings him back over to Rick. Like, man, he tried to kill me. I brought him over. I even made him spaghetti.
That kid's fucking great.
This fucking great. But also, I'm going to chop your fucking hand off like in front of him and feed it to you.
Jesus.
But no, that doesn't happen to Rick. That happens later in the... What was it? The spin-off that they like have.
That's
like,
right.
They have a bunch of like the whole Walking Dead universe.
Fear
is so
or
weird.
City or... I
watched a recap of Fear the Walking Dead. Do you know that in the Walking Dead universe, they nuked Texas?
Damn!
They found a nuclear submarine, some death cult, and they shot the nuke, and Texas is fallout now.
Shit.
And to the point where everyone immediately figures out how to make radiation suits in a way that, well, we can't do that now, not apocalypse.
Right.
I mean, you could, I guess you could find...
No, but I feel like the cancer rate for a lot of y'all is going up.
I couldn't go out and make that with stuff here.
Right.
Like...
Right. I don't...
That's not how that works.
No.
But I also love that they sort of figure out that the radiation's... like a bunch of characters after the radiation stuff, they get bit and they don't turn. Or at least it takes them a long time to turn. I was
wondering, like, this has to affect.
And it's like, it's in a way that they didn't crack or didn't manage to crack or whatever, but they experiment in later seasons with the radiation to try and make people immune from the bites.
Yeah, no, where's my sweet spot between cancer and zombie?
Well, that's the thing in that's what's fucked about the Walking Dead universe, and I never got is like, so anyone dies in their sleep, you're immediately gonna get... And in a way that the show no show can never deal with.
No, you should all sleep. You can't sleep handcuffed because what if walkers come in?
No, you can't sleep. But also, like, you should all sleep in separate rooms.
Yes, which is the opposite of what they have to do in the 28 universe, where you want, like, whenever people take a house or whatever, somebody's always like, "Well, yeah, I'll take this room, you take that room." Nope, we sleep in a pile in the living room. I'm not wondering where you are when I first wake up in the morning and then getting attacked by you.
Yeah.
Well, if we have to bug out, we're all in one pile.
Right now. Yeah. I like that. And I also like that Negan and them figure out a way to, like, so they coat their weapons in zombie guts to shoot at, like, arrows and axes and stuff at people in there so that they get
turned inside.
So they turn when they during the night, they all turn as they die because they just think it's a fever they'll get.
Right. Right. You don't realize what it was coded in.
So they have a whole other thing that kills everybody. It's a pretty smart move.
No, but it's some zombie smallpox blanket shit, man.
Right. It's always what I've always figured of like, so...
That's chemical warfare, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize that like being sporting isn't really the name of the game at this point, but
right.
It feels unsporting.
No, it's so weird. Like I can't recommend Walking Dead. It's so slow. It does a lot of dumb, like people's motivations, like the same conflicts are always around. Order versus freedom, the forgiveness versus revenge. And they're the same themes every time. They just switch people. Like, they just switch who's on what side of it.
Which is not an uninteresting thing. That,
right.
like, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
If it was in a way that grew and like, why are they on the opposite side of it? But you can tell they just need a new set of characters to argue about the same thing.
Right.
And when you don't have a new thing to argue about, you just change the people that are arguing the sides.
Yeah.
Morgan goes back and forth between I don't kill anyone to let's kill everybody to I'm not going to kill anyone again.
Yeah, you just got to vacillate between those two. Yeah.
And so everyone learns not the same, they learn opposing lessons
right
back and forth.
Right.
And it makes it feel like, this is what you do on a show that has no endpoint.
Yeah.
They just have to keep going.
Which was the original premise, that no zombie movie should ever roll credits. It just keeps going.
And in my mind, then you can't follow the same. You'd have to just watch those characters die and then follow new characters, their kids or something, like, because you can't follow these people the whole time.
It to me is what makes the time jump between the 28 movies. Like, I like this most recent run of just picking right up. But in general, the best thing about these movies is the time jump requires you to relearn the world and learn new characters. But yet it's not fully relearning the world. It's the next. It's an iteration, and you get the fun of seeing if it matches up to what you thought was going to happen in the time jump. I think it's a good premise because The Walking Dead doesn't have that. It's every fucking day.
Well, they actually do time jump.
Do they finally time jump?
After the Negan problem, they time jump a year.
Okay.
And then we see everyone, like, Maggie's at Hilltop.
Because you got to do this like Apes movies, man.
Maggie's at Hilltop. Carol and Ezekiel are at what's called the Kingdom, with that guy with the tiger. And there's Alexandria, and then there's the Saviors. That's like 4 compounds that are like trying to figure out their trade system of like, well, how can we focus? And it's so weird that these 4 people are being run by someone from our crew is on the and they don't trust each other anymore, really. And I want to. It's not immediately, but in the sense of how fast it only takes a year before. Now I got to look out for me and mine. For me and mine not to mean them anymore.
That seems fast.
That seems so fast. In a way that Maggie's like, nah, I'm not going to feed those saviors. Like, they can, we can build the bridge, but the saviors are going to do all the work.
Yeah.
And, they're going to do all the work, and I'll give them some food or whatever, but we're not donating any
weapons. Yeah.
We're not going to give them weapons, and we're not donating any of our workers. Like, we'll give them the food to do it, but that's while they're doing it, but that's it. And like, you can tell Rick's trying to get something together. He's trying to make these 4 things run cohesively.
Well, the point of putting one of you on each one is supposed to be what I think would be to make a bond.
Yeah, and in a way that Negan got it done by just threats and violence.
Right.
And it wasn't working, but also your way doesn't seem to be working. When you pitched there was a better way.
Like, what's the pitch here? Is that humanity just can't work?
But that's the thing, is that depending on the scene, what they're doing is working is dependent on who's in the scene. If it's Rick, it's all about why do I have to be more like Negan for this to work? If Negan's in the scene,
why do I need to be nicer for this to work?
Like, it's
no, it's I see what you're saying. It's character dependent, not
the rules of the world. The themes of the world are actually dependent upon the characters in the scene and where they're at.
Yeah,
and that. On one level, that's how writing you should let your characters influence the themes in the world, but also...
No, that kind of makes... But it also, I could see it making things feel not...
They don't feel consistent.
Yeah, not universal.
Yeah, Michonne goes from, like... Rick dies on this bridge in a hope to, like... the bridge is to get trade to go better between them. He ends up having to kill a herd and blows up the bridge... And they do another jump, 5 years. They think Rick's dead. And after that 5 years, the Savior compound has fallen. They're around ravaging, if not just dead. The kingdom, the Hilltop and Alexandria haven't talked to each other in 5 years.
Damn.
Like Michonne hasn't visited them in 5 years because she kind of blames them for Rick's death. And in a way that, like, dude, you're pissing on Rick's memory by not... Because the kingdom is failing because they don't have enough, like, fuel, or like they need fuel, and Alexandria needs, like, that's the thing about community, is that, like, so a trade network would allow you to make up for a shortfall of a thing you don't have based on
no, that's how that's supposed to work. Like, you don't have to be self-sufficient in every fucking thing,
right? And you closing yourself off is making we can only make but so much progress.
Yeah, no, and you've sieged yourself,
like, in a way that, like, you have to do this to get society back to where it was, like.
But there's going to be a scary trust moment.
Yeah. In a way that, as far as I watched, they aren't willing to do yet. But I also love that there's a roving knowledge collector that, like, trades knowledge for food and supplies, and, like, oh no, we are. She gives them basically a how-to guide, medieval style, of, like, here's how to irrigate, here's Roman style aqueducts, like things that we general knowledge don't know how to do anymore, but human society figured out a while back. And she gives it to Maggie in exchange for, like, some pickles or some shit. Yeah, and she's like, no, we've watched you guys for a while. Like, this isn't a happenstance visit. We're trying to make. There's a lot more colonies like yours around.
We just wait for you to achieve warp, and then the Vulcans visit.
Well, yeah, that's basically it. Of, like, we just have to make sure you're, like, not psychos, and then, like, because also we don't want to get shot for our shit.
Right. I'm not trying to bring you irrigation and die for it. Yeah,
and I don't know. I on one level,
to me, the better way to do that show is just to follow that person. Every season would be a different colony of having, and, like, at the start of the season, she'd have to, like, watch them for a week to make sure that she.
Well, each colony need a different thing that they need to learn how to build.
Right. God, you could do it as a weekly show.
Sure, like it's the rebuild.
It's your Little House, Highway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Only every week. Yeah.
Judith, Rick's daughter, is awesome. Like, the 5-year time jump, she comes up and is, like, a badass immediate, like, even more so than Carl. Like, just talking to Negan casually, and, like, having to do math homework. Like, so if a plane takes off here, and then another plane takes off, like, man, have you ever seen a plane? No, I guess not.
Anybody's ever going to see one again?
Well, then what's this question? Like, you should get me with practical answers. Like, no, but I want to talk to you about math, because you don't have to be a good person for math. The numbers don't care. And, like, in a way that she displays a wisdom, you think that, like, she's getting chumped, and she's not. She's, like, working Negan in a way that no one else can see, because she hasn't seen Negan do the stuff he does. So everyone else has a bias. Michonne comes, like, you've been talking to that, like,
he's dangerous to talk to.
That man is not your friend. And Judith goes, "Doy." Like, no. No. I know that. I am 5, not an idiot. Like, like, and she's like, that man's a monster. And Judith goes, no, he's just a dude. Like, that's where you're like some people can't change. And he's like, well, why have you changed?
Right.
Like, in a way that, I don't know, like, if I were to watch any more, it's to watch Judith. I think, like Carol, the Rictatorship, or the Carolution, I don't know, Judith is mine.
The Rictatorship and the Carolution, god damn it. Well, that's probably it for Dire, unless you got anything else.
No, that's it for me.
You want to take a minute and talk a little bit about patreon.com/TV Dudes.
Dudes.
Where we're doing our 1989, 2001 back and forth marathon. The years that Nick and I were respectively 11. This week, I believe we're going to talk about 1989 first, as we move into the kids genre.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to watch Little Monsters.
Little Monsters.
With Howie Mandel. Will his star ever stop rising? And Fred Savage, the greatest actor of his generation.
You joke, but
no,
he's quite,
Howie Mandel was a joke. The Fred Savage is genuinely
he's quite good,
fucking amazing.
He's quite good. I'm a fan. And as far as I know, like 80s kids movies in the 80s, those weren't weird at all, right?
Oh, good lord, this movie's weird. You got to come hear what we thought about it. Yeah. Little Monsters over on patreon.com/TV Dudes this week. And now let's move over to talking about Jean Paul's Patreon showrunner pick.
Sure.
Industry.
How many of these have you had?
9. 4 in New York, 4 here, and Skype.
It's a marginal game about marginal gains.
People listening to you. Is that how you get your validation?
As opposed to...
I play third fiddle to 2 figures in my life. Jesus Christ and Margaret Thatcher.
Where do you stand on them?
One's the reason we're all here, and the other's a carpenter.
Sometimes this place makes you forget yourself. Why don't you tell us about the relationship you're most proud of?
The slow burn super hit over on HBO now. Not
right.
Slow burn. Took a 4th season, and now everybody's kind of jumped on board Sunday Night Prestige.
Now hit me with the plot, because I having watched episodes of this show, like actually the 4 I was required to watch and 2 on accident.
Right.
Like I actually am genuinely curious. What is this show about?
Obviously, Nick.
Please tell me. I don't know.
It's obviously a financial thriller drama television series created by the former investment bankers
Thriller.
Mickey Down and Conrad Kay.
Thriller seems... That's generous.
The show follows the personal and professional lives of a group of young graduates who join Pierpoint & Co., a prestigious investment bank in London. It features an ensemble cast led by Mahala, Marissa Abela, Ken Leung, and Sagar Radia in all 4 series. There's also we watch a guy die in Ep 1. There's other people that come and go. Kit Harington joins in the 4th season. We watched 4 specific episodes that John Paul chose, which were
episode 1.
Yeah, season 1, Ep 1, so the pilot, directed by Lena Dunham.
Season 1,
Ep 6, which is the holiday party. Why the living hell do companies have these? Is it just to get compromise on people? Like, I feel like in Haunted Hotel when he joins the cult and like they're having the girl film the thing in front of a ring light. And she's like, I'm gonna kill the president and my name is blah 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 blah.
Well, that's enough.
Yep. So that's your collateral, and now you get your candle. And she's like, ooh, because I was like, man, company parties are just some WeWork. Why do we have a fuck closet shit? What the fuck? So that's season 1, Ep 6. Season 2, Ep 5, where they go overseas to Berlin, and then season 4, Ep 3. Where they are also overseas trying to get the banking thing done, and they end up begging some Nazi in Austria for money. You accidentally watched season 4, Ep 5?
Yes. I watched the most recent one because I guess I got to season 4 and it just played
the most recent
one, which these are still coming out on week to week.
Yeah.
So we got this request 2 weeks ago, apparently.
3 might have been the newest one when he
So I watched the newest one, which is 5. So I have a little bit future knowledge based off of that. But also, this show is nonsense.
But Harper learns a lot of lessons and is a good person in the Ep 5 that you watched, right?
So from what I've watched of the industry, there is a slight shift in seasons in what the show's about in the season 2 episode I watched. And like, okay, this show's a little bit different.
Like a character's he falls off the wagon in that episode, but like it might have been before, but like, man, people are already like sober and wanting to be different people and having quit the firm and
but
shit.
But like it feels
2.
like the same. Season 4 feels like, what is this show about?
No, they rebooted the show.
Yeah.
Season 4 feels more like a rip on Billions.
Yes.
In a way that season 1 should, but doesn't.
No. Someone watched Billions and is trying to chase a fucking...
Season 1 feels like investment banking girls. And I know Lena Dunham directed that first episode. It's part of why it feels that way to me. But they are baby-faced young people pretending to be adults in rooms full of monstrous children adults. And so like you're watching it's not interesting to me to watch people look around their peer group and try to learn how to be, only their peer group is a swamp.
Yeah.
And they're learning the worst lessons and they're parentless. Like this is the next iteration of Bret Easton Ellis. Like, how many drugs can we do at a New England private school? And like, this feels like the next generation of that. It's just not I would always rather watch pulp crime than white collar crime.
It could be that like there's this,
also right now in the news makes me fucking hate these people, like double hate these people.
Yeah.
There's no scene in industry that I've seen so far where stabbing somebody in that room and leaving doesn't improve the world,
or that they provide a necessary function for society to work. Like you
no,
could all
they're monsters. The fact that in the third ep we watched when he goes to see I think it's the third ep we watched when he goes to see his dad, Rob, who was the character I was sad he wasn't in season 4 because I like Rob. Who has a serious drug problem and shit. Mm-hmm. But he goes to see his dad, who he's clearly not seen in years.
Yeah.
And he tells the girl, like, my mom wanted me to get into this private school and set me on this whole path. My dad never gave any fucks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad still doesn't really care about him being a high-powered investment banker.
Right.
But he's got a pocket full of money that he guiltily leaves at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to leave a wad of cash, dude. Why are you not... You aren't sending it, like... Why is there no connection between how wealthy you've gotten and your dad at all?
There's in a way that I feel like this show is bad. And badly written. I did
not enjoy this show.
And not just like boring. It is boring. And
part of that is that it's lit like a London fog day.
Uninterestingly shot and lit so that everything kind of has the same sad look and everyone has the same sad reaction. But also I feel like what it's trying to convey is failing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's trying to convey these people as bad people, which is, i.e., why we don't like any of them.
From an interview I read with the creators, they absolutely think they are.
And
they are not.
To me, it's like, yeah, but why does every scene end with... It feels like the scene ends with, oh, but shouldn't we feel sympathetic for them? They're broken people. I don't care about that.
No.
In a way that... So the show never addresses this either, but in that season 2 episode, there was 2 examples of... characters showing up at another person's place of work that isn't in their industry and think that they can just drop whatever they're doing and go do something with them when they're at work.
Right.
Like Harper with her brother goes just back to the kitchen is like, hey, can we go somewhere to talk?
Right.
And like, dude, you shouldn't even be back here right now. I'm gonna get fired. Like,
right. And like when he has to tell the other guy of like family shit and like, okay,
well, and what's his name? I understand that he is having problems with his dad, but he gets pissy because his dad doesn't immediately drop everything he's doing at the bar to go hang with him.
Right. When you did not call me and tell me you were coming.
Dude, is his dad just bartending, or does he own... If he owns this bar, he has no one...
Well, for a moment, I thought he owned that bar. And I was like, well, yeah, you can pop in because your dad owns the bar.
Right.
No. Man, when that guy goes, hey, when he looks over and like, hey, Gov, he was making my drink.
Yeah.
And like... And the dad doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, he works here.
He works here.
He just works here.
And also he needs this job in a way that, because they work in an industry where you can just, because you have, and I don't want to, you have a, you have a mentally, a taxing job.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is not hard.
Right.
Your dumb thing is like you think running around and trying to figure like, no, other people have jobs.
Right. You just have anxiety.
You guys are worrying about a stock price going up and down.
Right.
Your job is to sit there and worry about a thing.
Yeah.
Like in a way that I know that probably it isn't what their job is, but the show does a bad job of teaching me it.
No, I have no idea what they do.
And they take it as a personal slight and insult, really, that, well, why can't you just stop what you're doing and talk to me?
Also, they don't view anyone else's jobs as
important or
because only their job makes real money.
Yeah.
There's a moment in the third ep when they're in Berlin. Third ep we watched when they're in Berlin at Yasmin's dad's house, one of his houses. She is stupid rich.
Yes.
But her dad, who's being squirrely the whole time and like basically keeps this house like a museum, and no one ever goes there. He just pays the maid to keep coming. And like she goes there and they're staying there, and their other boss, she's actually the more senior person on the trip, is walking around looking at all the art in the house and is like, no matter how much money I ever earn, I will never be let in here. And that was I wish the show had more moments like that, because it is interesting to me to watch these people who are coming out of private school, and like Harper's degrees fake and shit. Like her family's very Tiger Mom,
resolves.
But I don't know. But she wants to fake her way into this Gatsby style. Like she wants to be rich, right?
Right.
And at some point in being really rich, Eric is really rich. At some point you realize that any earned money is worthless.
Yeah, because you earned it.
Because you earned it.
You should have been born with it, like real wealth.
There's a rich above you that you can't earn your way in. Taylor Swift will never be in that.
Right.
You can't earn it.
Like Elon Musk is not him because he had dad had an emerald mine.
Right.
Like
you have to be in it in a way that you don't know their last names. Like you born to it. The fifth useless kid of
in a way that like is
that Yasmin and like I wish that scene had reflected something back of Yasmin not feeling part of it but being part of it.
So there's a thing that I likened this to, which is the Dexter problem. So to me, there's
Tony Soprano problem.
Or Tony Soprano. I'm of a small opinion though. I think Sopranos is way overrated. I've been on mics before saying this. I think with
yes,
about
you have.
just like it's not a very well written or even produced show. I think it kind of looks like shit. But for HBO Prestige now. But the Dexter in the first 4 seasons would be what I would consider you can make a show about a bad person, and it works because if you ask me to find them interesting, because I do. Yeah. I do find bad people interesting. I find Jeffrey Dahmer in the Dahmer.
No, we watched the Dahmer thing.
I found him interesting.
Yeah.
At no point in those 4 seasons did it actually ask me. You can if you want to. I wouldn't.
Here's his shit childhood.
The show doesn't depend on me having sympathy for Dexter. And then when Scott Buck took over, all of a sudden Dexter became a vigilante that had feelings.
And they started trying to give you worse monsters to hate more than him. Yeah.
Which maybe would have worked if you started from there or something, but like he's trying to make the world a better place. And in the
first seasons, he's just trying to keep his own shit at bay in the most neutral way he can.
Yeah, in the first verse, he's doing this because he wants to kill people. It's not for any good reason. Yeah. He's just trying to keep it in a way that doesn't bother society in a way. And like, oh, okay. I
can eat apples, but only if they fall off the tree.
To me, so watching these people, I know what their goal is to make money. That's it. Or to be the best money maker. They're so ethereal, like in a way that I could watch a piece of shit like Whiplash.
Yeah.
I can watch J.K. Simmons. He's trying to be a great trying to do something with music in a way that I think is insane.
Right.
But also he's trying to make something.
And there's layers to it of
what will any of these
his need for it and Miles Teller's need for it, and like,
what will any of these characters do or leave to the world?
Dude, Harper, and I've seen that actress in Bodies, in You'll Leave This World Behind, or whatever that was called. I've seen her in a bunch of stuff. She's not bad. Harper as a character is just kind of stone-faced and only cares about work. When we are in season 4 and she reveals to Eric, "Did you know I had a twin?" and he just blows like, "No, how would I know that?
How would I know that?" And he
even says to her of like, "Look, we work together. Like it is a weird turn of fate that you and I have ever ended up working back together again. Yeah. But we're actually shoring up each other's strengths here. Like this could work.
This could work.
It is not going to hurt us
to know each other.
To know something about each other." And she rolls it off with like, "I think you know that it's not good for us to be intimate." And like, that's not what I said at all, you cold, broken person.
Well, that's the thing is
4 seasons in, she's not just not grown, she's worse.
The Eric and her, it's interesting to see them work together because in the first season, it's a big plot point that he locks the door in a way.
And we didn't see when that happened. We didn't, I don't think, saw the episode where that
We didn't see the episode where it happened. But we
saw the episode of the Christmas party where the fallout.
He locks the door on her in a way that made her feel kind of scared and uncomfortable. In a way that a powerful person in your job locks you in a room and what's about to happen.
What in the Louis C.K. is about to go on here.
And so since I didn't see it, I'm like, well, I don't know. Eric seems like a pretty shitty dude, but
he definitely has an anger issue.
Yeah,
so.
But also like, even if say he didn't mean for that to like, it's still a problem that like he needs to be aware that that's not cool. There's a power dynamic here that
you're definitely going to get brought up in HR, man.
Like also whatever we were talking about, I'm going to agree to it in a weird implicit way because I want to leave this room.
Right.
Like it has to be brought up to HR because that's.
But I genuinely don't. At least in the 2 episodes we saw in season 1, like the Christmas.
But now, seeing where it is now, it's like, oh, she did blow that out of the proportion, or did that not? Like, because if it was,
this isn't necessarily true. To me, it would, from the outside, it would feel like she had to have blown it out of proportion, or she wouldn't work with him again.
Yeah.
But honestly, their drive and desperate need for money, I don't know that both couldn't be true.
Well, that's the thing is that like, they like, oh well. Obviously, that was in her head. Like, that's a weird lesson to teach people. And also, in that episode, it felt like they were hounding her about that in a way that...
Hannah or the other... Whoever, I can't remember her name in season 1.
Since we haven't... And to be fair, we haven't watched...
Right.
We haven't watched the whole seasons of these seasons. Like, so we don't know the full context of what it was. To me, it felt like they wanted to push Eric out, and they found a good excuse and hounded her about it.
Yes.
And at least that's what it felt like to me.
The other girl at her desk that seemed closer to appear to Eric, but Eric was still... It felt like she asked her about it until finally... To like, just to make conversation with this other person who is also kind of your boss.
Yeah.
You said, oh yeah, I was terrified. Boom. Got it.
Got him.
Be back with the lawyer in a minute. Wait, what?
Yeah,
because man, when that girl is like, well, you just, that's just how it goes. And like with Harper sitting there in season 1 in that episode, I genuinely believed maybe like this may be a moment where she's realizing this isn't where she wants to be. That's not true at all. The truer Harper is when her fucking methed out brother loses it on her.
So that's one of the better scenes in the show because that scene does seem to articulate what it's trying to get across until the end of that episode.
Right.
Because her going with her brother, like who was just dropped off the face of the planet when she
genuinely thought he was dead.
Like when she was, she must have been like 18, 19 because she was going to go take the that big test, right?
Yeah, some big test for college.
College. So she must have been like, and then he was a little older than her, so he dropped off the face of the planet like at 20. Oh, that's right, because he was a tennis.
Yeah, they're twins, and so like, yeah,
he was a tennis champ.
Rather than go do college, I guess he dropped off the face of the earth, and she, or grad school or whatever.
In a way that he sees her and immediately goes like, "Well, I was sober for 6 years until you," and just goes to his. In a way that like it almost to me like it's still defeatist, but in like I might as well start my night like it's gonna end up here. Why?
Well,
pretend it won't.
And this way you don't have to entirely be there with her. Because we find out that like it's not, hey, we both escaped our horrible mom.
No.
She never escaped, and he fucking knows it.
You know,
because when she's like, "Oh, no, I hate her. I don't even talk to her." Cool, but you're doing her plan.
Yeah. And you encouraged me to go out in that court when I had a panic attack, and your concern was not for me, but for me to get out back on that court.
Right. Well, I thought I was helping you. Cool,
like,
you weren't.
But you weren't, and
you won't even apologize for.
She immediately makes it about her.
Yeah.
And he says, "I forget, like you are the most selfish person in the world
I've ever." Yeah. Like you're a narcissist. And
in a way that she wants to see her brother in a way that she needs to be absolved of this, and the brother is not having like, no, you were like, I don't need to forgive you on that. I get that we're both kids, but I don't, just because you came and asked for it doesn't entitle you to my forgiveness.
Well, she feels like he ran away from mom, but also caught her in the crossfire.
Yeah.
And that's cruel.
She feels like the injured party.
Him cold explaining to her that I left you both.
No, I didn't leave Mom and then you were collateral damage. I intentionally left you both because you
were
suck.
in that cult of our. You were already in the cult of our family.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and you can see the like. He has I like the actor that played the brother. He has a couple of moments where you see him drugged out. You see him slip back into the kind of mental shit that what he was probably like when he first left. Because he's talking about like what his mom said before he walked into some match of like, if you don't win, you don't have a home here.
Yeah.
And then he said, he's like, and the hours of watching, like entire nights of watching game film alone in a dark room and he's like, I get really fixated on odd, tiny shit. Mm-hmm. And he says it like 4 or 5 times. Like, your weight's on the wrong foot. Your weight's on the wrong foot. Your weight's on the wrong foot. Your weight's on the wrong. And like, you may have to step in on this conversation. That dude might flip out right here. Like, you have undone by showing up. Not just the sobriety, but years of...
He's found a way out and is maintaining and is good with his life here.
And after he tells her that she's a narcissist, he's like, nope, I'm done with you. I need to do what I should have done the entire night. Helene, I fucked up. I need you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. In a way that, like, I mean, it would have been better to just not fall off the wagon, but also, man,
shit happens.
But also, good for him. Like,
honestly, one night ain't bad. Like,
well, in a way that
he falls off the wagon and goes and finds crystal meth.
In a way that
he could have called her like in a way 6 days from now.
I'm pretty sure that like, oh, I do need to have this conversation with my sister.
I'm gonna have to be plowed to do.
I need to be fucked, and it's like realizing that he either has to be fucked up or not have this conversation, and he can't not have the conversation with her.
No.
So like
in my head, canon, that's why they even went to that friend's place. The friend that's getting ready to go to work, and he's like, "You have a crystal? Do you have time?" Okay.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
And like,
so you finally really understand what you finally have a character that tells Harper what she needs to hear, and then I watched the show not have her internalize that at all.
No, because we jump forward to season 4 and she's somehow worse.
Well, not but at the end of that episode, the dude she's fucking or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Asks about the brother, about the trip, and like,
oh my gosh, and she gets shitty with him in the elevator.
He does go to like, did you fuck someone? Like he's just trying to guess at. You seem a little like, I don't want to say triggered because Eric's thing is later, but
oh my gosh, that's
but also like you see in a way that obviously his mind, like, why is that the first thing you went to, you dumbass? Mm-hmm. Like, why is, because it makes you at least think like that's what you cared about more. But she bites his head off in a way, and then the episode ends on that. And the episode,
and Eric gets in the elevator too.
And if the show, that's the lesson of like, oh, wasn't that just a hard thing that happened to her? Happened to her,
right?
Like, so in the context of that, I would want to take the show creators. So when you end the episode on that, it makes it feel like we should have sympathy for her, and that was a bad experience for her.
And that the growth moment is her getting,
and I get that she
harder.
She's our main character. She's the one we're following,
right?
But it should really end on her getting kicked out of the brother's apartment,
right?
That's her learning or at least not learning, getting the comeuppance for it.
No, she should have been walking up a Berlin street at dawn back to Yasmin's place.
Yeah.
Alone.
It makes it feel like the show doesn't seem to think that, no, she deserves all this stuff that happened to her.
So a season later, when we watch episode 4 and she's waiting for Sam from Ted Lasso for their date, the first thing that she says to him is,
I slept with someone else.
So, is that all her little mind can, or whatever bitter thing she said to that?
In a way that to
because man, when Sam looks at him,
because she thinks he's the same shallow piece of shit the other guy was.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, I mean, you in the 15 minutes I was late, you fucked somebody.
Yeah.
Well, you aren't sleeping with other people.
No. Also, like, were you gonna say that if I wasn't late? Like, what? Almost making fun of like, right. You petty little child.
Like, did you really have that ready? Like when she storms out and he's like, I don't understand how this went wrong.
Okay, and it could just be it's being played by Sam from Ted Lasso. But
That's a charming dude.
He seems like, okay, what? He's like, he finds that amusing.
No, he seems like a normal person of like, so you're being insane.
So I don't know what that was, but whatever.
Like, fucking with a really secure person.
Yeah.
And like, okay. Like people who can laugh off jokes and don't take it personally and stuff. Yeah. Like, it's a rare thing.
And They find Sweet Pea also comes to work from in that episode too, which is weird.
God, I hate her name.
Apparently, she has a
Sweet Pea Golightly.
Trying to find out what she had, but she's coming off of she filmed something earlier in her life that was like a porn thing, and apparently it is.
Her character description had OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
In her
OnlyFans, yeah.
That she's in something else now, but she did OnlyFans.
And she's like talking about like what's it like working with their like all the men are like drooling, hitting themselves over the head with hammers like a cartoon character
pie
thing.
on the window. Yeah.
The commiseration between these two female coworkers or whatever.
Man, you can't commiserate with Harper.
No. And we didn't even talk about the brown dude that killed himself.
Oh, Harry.
In the fucking first season.
In the first fucking episode.
First episode.
Dies in, I mean, honestly, I was really loath to watch. I was like, man, we got 3 more of these, and then Harry died, and I was like, well, fuck.
In a way that, like, I had to rewind back of like, wait, what?
Because he'd slept in the stall before.
Yeah.
And then, nope. He fucking ODs on diet pills or speed.
Because he's trying to impress the brass upstairs or whatever by working late in a way that all the other people are like, man, don't worry about it. That has some fallout carrying over until even Ep 6, apparently. Which shows you how slow that first season moves in comparison to the...
Oh, yeah. No, when we jumped to the Christmas party and they just now got absolved of Harry's death.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I mean, that probably is how long that takes, but damn. I know we put a fake limit on, like you got to set a number somewhere, and 4 episodes is 4 episodes. But I always enjoy like seeing a slice out of it. You actually watched 6, 5.
Well, I watched the second episode for the season 1 because I just left it on.
Oh, okay.
And that honestly, I have nothing to say about that either because it's really slow. Like it just don't learn a whole lot more about it. The characters, the Yasmin feels like a completely different character in the times
by
we see
season
her.
4, when she's married to Kit Harington, who we've not seen introduced, like the selection is always interesting.
The black kid with the glasses ends up with a fucking purple haircut working for some politician.
I am honestly interested how that tight wound nut, not enough to go back and watch him.
Well, he's not in the season 4. There's a couple other characters that don't make a return. What's his name with his dad doesn't seem to be in it.
I think Rob's
season
gone.
4 is so completely like so.
It's a different. It feels. So I just finished the Lucifer episodes and moved to the Netflix from Fox to Netflix. This did another. This was always on HBO. Another network didn't pick this up, but season 4 feels like a reboot.
So this is to me. It could just be I philosophically don't believe in this, but also I think the show has a hard time selling me on any of this thematically, and it's just bad. Like in a way that so the league can make me care about fantasy football, Ted Lasso can make me care about soccer.
Right.
But there's nothing you guys can do to make me care about finance.
Right. Billions did a better job. It was a more fun show than this to me.
Yes, Billions does this more successfully in a way that they kind of let those characters be terrible, and not like terrible cartoon villains.
Right. So there's so many other things that this hints at that I would watch instead. Like, then again, I also don't watch Euphoria, which I feel like this is less about finance and more, at least in season 1.
Yeah.
I think this is more finance serious Euphoria. Like, can we just do a handful of random pills
sexy people have fucking in a weird thing.
Yeah, and nobody growing from their damage.
But because no one understands.
But you could watch Startup with Eddie Galecki, fucking Mr. Terrific, and Martin Freeman. You could watch Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley is a little bit more this style. So they
you can do some laundry, watch Suits.
Because the jargon is more impenetrable than medical jargon, a lot of the stakes of
3.5 yards at 4 cents, Nick. Come on.
So they keep most of the drama is personal in the first 2, or at least the episodes we watched. Then season 4, they actually have a plot.
Right, it's actually like a fintech company, and it's not like I understand that any better, but at least season 4 starts to have a different, it's got a better look.
So they're having a thing that they can do that's not just making money. So what they've done is made a company, basically, Harper and Eric have made a company, and they're what do they call them? Showrunners or something.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Sterndow.
They're which is a riskier move. We look for failing. We bet.
You're looking for bets and risk that other people haven't noticed, and it honestly, it's the company that fits Harper best.
Yes,
because she finally admits in season 4 in the episode we watched what her real motivation is. And it's really not money. She wants to feel smarter and proven right.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wants to win every conversation or interaction.
Right.
And that's so she doesn't want to finding money that everybody else can see. Like, well, obviously that's a good bet. Well, that's not fun to her. But then, she only wants to make money that shows that you're wrong.
The show then has conversations that contradict what I think is the main theme of that, of like, oh, Harper and them are monsters, but they'll be hunting other monsters and like
right.
No. They make a big deal of the conversation, which is, so shorts are like, you got to do a lot of ground game. It's a different style of thing than we were doing over at whatever the name was. And he's like, it's anti-corporate, it's anti-establishment, it's anti-power. Like they're trying to make them like, I'm sorry, are you making the short game like you're trying to make them the heroes, the Robin Hoods of the financial world?
Well, and they really are, because Yaz is on the side of a very fraudulent finance company, Tinder, that is going to blow up and sink shit.
Right.
And they're trying to position a billions thing of Yaz versus Harper.
I also don't believe that Harper and them would find a short company that was actually a good company and was just failing and would... Right. Yeah, I'm going to make them fail harder to make more money.
Yeah. Well, when you said in one of the episodes that you watched, like 5 or something, she's like, well, we should just make up rumors about him.
Yeah, no, not even just rumors. She wanted to cook up some documents, and he was like, so you want to put that to... Rumors is one thing. That's
fraud.
That's fraud in a way. And she says, and I quote, "How are we supposed to beat them if we play by the rules and they don't?"
Man, I just watched a whole season of a law show. Trust me, you can.
And I also am like, wait. My understanding of this is that Harper and them play by the rules, and what I'm saying is like what they do isn't not technically illegal.
Right.
So I'm supposed to be on their side.
Right.
Fuck them.
That. Yeah.
Fuck them hard.
I know part of it is what's going on in the news right now. Almost every one of these scenes has at least one character that you know goddamn well was on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost every one of these is like, well, the person that y'all are all sucking up to is rich enough that they're probably in the Epstein files.
There's a inherent thing of like...
So I'll bring it up again. Any main character on this show could just stab anybody on the way out the door and be good.
That's trying to make Dexter into a vigilante.
Right.
Oh, I'm actually a good guy. No, you're not.
I'm taking down these other...
No, you're not.
You got to play in this world to start to take the sharks down. No, that's not what you're doing.
Because like they even use the term dumb money later of going with investors.
Oh yeah, she immediately... Yeah. God, Harper is dismissive and mad at everybody all the time. And it honestly was stunning to get to a 4th season episode and realize that she as a character has doubled down on disdain. Yeah. Like she looked wide-eyed and like... I think you're all stupid, but I'm not going to say anything. And in season 1, and by season 4, she thinks you're all stupid, but is about to tell you.
So you watched the episode. We both watched it, but episode 3 of season 4, which revealed that Tinder does have some fraudulent.
It's absolutely fraudulent,
and they are some vapor company
basically laundering money.
Yeah, and so
but it's also
they find a guy in his house doing their books for them, basically.
Right. He doesn't really understand what he's doing, but he's just got a work from home job.
Yeah, in a way that like, oh, okay, so this is going to help you have because it's like, oh, well, you got to be right and you got to be loud enough to make this go under. And to me, I'm like, man, you're also not trying to make this go under. You're just trying to run out the clock because they exposed themselves putting a lot of money in this position, right? That episode ends with them doing the short.
Yeah.
Like they think they have enough to go forward now because they have that data. And then I didn't watch episode 4, but I did watch episode 5. And the fallout of that is that comes out about their processing payment.
Yeah.
This ex-porn company is still somehow making porn processing payments to that porn. It's like, where is that
coming from?
Where's that coming from? It doesn't make sense. And so they think that will have an effect on their profits and their shares, and thereby have an effect on the market. And it doesn't. It's like in The Big Short when mortgages started to fail, but the prices like went up.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And Ryan Gosling has to go like, no man, people are doing some shady shit, but also they are dumb. This is gonna fall, and they don't understand why this hasn't worked. And in Ep 5, they go do their due diligence, like the geo thing is from Africa. They go to the actual physical location in Africa, and they find the exact same thing. It's just 2 desks with 2 security guards that keep out vagrants. And when they call the corporate office of Tinder,
one of the fucking phone does
that one of those guys picks up the phone while they're standing there, and so they are like, whoa, wait a minute.
So his company fucking not real.
His company isn't like. It's not just that this company is being fraudulent. The company isn't real.
It's like going to that country trying to find the orphanage the charity built. Yeah,
because Tinder is some sort of a legal company or whatever. It does processing payments, which is why they're trying to buy a bank.
They're a PayPal-y kind of thing,
right?
Venmo.
And what they realize is that all of this is predicated on them buying a social media company from an African-based thing, and then they go to see that family because that person, their dad died. They go to the family and like, well, who's fighting over the inheritance? Where did that $20 million go? And she goes, 20 million. No. Like, but it says 20 million, because they have a picture of them with a big, like one of those giant checks, right?
Right.
And it's like, no, man, they just write whatever they want on there.
No, when I used to work at a printing company, I've printed giant checks before for things.
Yeah. All of this is predicated on $20 million that never got spent. Yeah. Is not technically anywhere, but it's on the books like it did.
Right. Which then makes them look like they can take out a loan of that. Like banks start talking to you. Yeah.
So all of this is an like they call it an Ouroboros of lie. Like it's all built onto itself, which also means they can't quite sustain.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking scheme. Yeah.
And so to me, that's why Kit Harington seems like, I don't think he knows.
I don't think he knows what's up.
What's up?
I think Yaz might, or figure it out.
Or she's at least going to figure it out. Like,
and not care the same way he will. She's
a monster
than him.
In season
God
4.
Damn, dude. That Hitler painting. What the fuck?
Well, also, she manipulates him into sleeping with that woman.
I had to skip forward. She manipulates him into sleeping with Shipka. When he brings it up later of like, hey, so I'm an addict. That felt enabling. And she's like, you wanted to fuck her.
You wanted to fuck her and you did.
And like, I mean...
Well, that's like me.
I feel like if you poured the drink and keep shoving it in front of the alcoholic, at some point you were also...
Well, that makes wanting it the crime, and that's not cool. That's a thought crime.
Well, and it also, it makes it so that in the future you cannot trust her saying okay to anything.
Yeah.
She's going to give you permission to...
she's going to change the script later, like
hey, honey,
during it, she's like, I want to do this for you. And then later it became, you wanted to do that, so you did.
And like, okay, cool, now you're holding that against me when it was your idea?
Uh-huh.
Well, you went along with my idea. How dare you?
So episode 5, because like she tells a story about how she almost slept with the journalist that was asking her questions.
Right.
And that prompted her to like, fucking, do you want my husband's dick? Will that make you feel better? So Ep 5, dude, is they go to Africa. So of course, while they're looking into this, I can't tell which is worse, because I thought, because they're looking into this vaporware, a dude comes into her in the ladies' room, Sweet Pea, comes into the ladies' room and is just standing there like, oh, it's the ladies. And then he throws her up against the wall, and then he licks her face, like about to rape her. And she scratches his face. He cold punches her back. The punch is great. Like the punch is like, whoa, good on the stunt woman for selling, because her head goes back into the mirror, and she comes out with a basically should be busted nose. Everyone's like, are you sure it's not broken? And I can't tell if that was sent there by those guys, but then I'm like, wait, no, I don't think they know that they're investigating them yet. And then I was like, oh, just some random African dude tried to rape her because she's an OnlyFans girl. So that's God, don't put yourself on OnlyFans, because that's what you asking for.
And a little blonde girl, and yeah.
It also, who does she talk to? She talks to Sam from Ted Lasso, and and after that happens, the night that happens, she's like, "Do you want to go back to my hotel room and fuck?" And
I gotta keep thinking of the fucking Game of Thrones thing of like, hey man, so that should have been your first signal that was fake.
Is that no woman wants to have sex?
No woman is taking anybody back to do it.
To me, like, why? That's so weird of like making that on one level. I get it from a story perspective of like, oh, she's looking for comfort, but that's not dick. Like, comfort is, okay, could you just be with me in this room for a minute? I don't want to be alone. I feel unsafe. That would make sense. Like, she brings him into his room and is like, fuck me, pull my hair harder, and like goes into a whole thing of like kinks that she likes. And I'm like, So in a way that I can't figure I would be in the mood for after being punched in the face, much less almost assaulted before that. Like,
I don't know.
And so I'm like, this is rookie TV mistakes. And also, she tells Harper later, like, oh yeah, I fucked what's his name?
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep that open between us. Like, I wanted to inner office conflict. I was going to take it head on. And Harper's like, oh yeah, that doesn't bother me. She lied.
Right.
Liar. Like, in a way that, like, man, I know you're going to bring this up against her later of just
like, this definitely bothers you, Harper.
And anyway, yeah, after that all is done, they figure out the big, oh, it turns out Tender is a fake cup in a way that I felt like, guys, you are genuine. It's one thing to learn this so they can get them. They are genuinely shocked that the company isn't real. In a way that I can't be anymore. Like,
right.
No, man, I've seen this happen, like, a lot.
Right.
I'm not saying, like, they treat it like it's how did it get this far? I don't know, man, Enron. Like, it grows a life of its own, and then it just goes until the bubble pops, man. Like, but yeah, I do like the reason that the financial reporting didn't hurt them. Their gambling,
they can weather any storm.
The gambling, them cracking down in the region about gambling profits didn't hurt their revenue stream. I'm like, yeah, because their revenue isn't real.
Right.
Like,
no, it's amazing how they keep weathering these storms. They're not actually out in the sea.
In a weird way, Tender looks bulletproof.
Right. Because so we're like, ghosts are also bulletproof.
Because they're not fucking.
They're not fucking real.
Yeah. And it's the most interesting the show has ever been, but also it feels Bush League at that.
I find season 4 more interesting, but I would still rather go watch one of the better versions of this.
Yeah.
That's probably going to wrap it up for us talking about industry this week, unless you got anything else.
And I can't think of anything. I mean, I wish I could talk about the brown people on the show, but both times, you know, the other brown guy that they were talking to.
Rishi.
Yeah, Rishi. So he jumps. He finds what's his name from Stranger Things is OD'd in his apartment, and the cops busted, and he jumps off off the window.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Brown people just jumping out, just killing themselves all over this thing.
There's probably the nicest guy in season 1, the one that runs into the window in the Christmas party over and over and over, who's just fucked up, but they're making fun of him for having written a script.
Yes.
And like, you can tell in that episode of like, so you're a person? Like, I can tell you have like,
man, you have hopes and dreams.
Human qualities. You should leave.
Yeah, you need to leave here.
And they can smell it on him.
Yeah.
Like he might as well be
a thing you care about.
He might as well be Samson remembering being on the train as a kid, man. The other zombies fucking come for him.
Fucking Miles from Lost.
Eric
he's
Ken Leung.
So good on this show. He's wasted on this.
He's my favorite thing on this show.
He has a moment later we're talking about his kids. And is like, I am an attention-driven machine. And I have to look at my kids, like my daughters, and say, you don't hold mine. You don't hold my attention, and therefore you are not valuable to me. And like really self-reflects for like, why am I like this?
Right.
Like, and of course Harper just goes, because you're cool. That's like, that makes you mean. No, I'm also good.
Well, you can't have a heart-to-heart with Harper that she's not going to respond or say anything real.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a different version of the Bill Murray moment in Rushmore, where he just like quietly admits that like, so my 2 kids are the kids that I would have hated in school, and I fucking hate them now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you could just see it kind of like, what do I do with that?
Right.
Like I had 2 kids and I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, and like Ken Leung's not there, like Eric's not there, but in just a like, I know I should be fascinated with, like, they're my kids.
Everything you do should fascinate me and be the most special thing, and it doesn't. You just suck. Yeah. Yeah.
You're just boring. Yeah.
And man, she makes that whole triggered speech.
Oh,
like,
my Lord.
Who even says that to her? And she says during that, like,
she about cries, I had to pay consequences for things that weren't my fault.
Dude, so you're paraphrasing, but that's basically the speech. And in a way that, like, so the show
she actually says something.
So the show, I'm like,
line.
So does the show think this is right? Because this is the second time I've seen it in just the episodes I've watched that the show has indicated that she's in the right.
There is no moment in your adult life where saying it's not fair is going to come off good.
And to me,
the world sucks.
And to me, I'm like, look, you were also in a cult, but also you got to accept some responsibility for what happened with your brother and that he doesn't want to see you. And be okay with that. Like, and maybe go see a therapist or whatever, but like that your brother sees you as the enemy and that might never change, and you got to get yourself around that and be okay.
The amount of outward change your brother's going to need to see to take you differently, you can't comprehend from here.
Yeah, in a way that like, so when you were a kid, that wasn't your fault. I'll give you that. No,
but the person you are now,
you coming to see him as a surprise, that was a thing you could.
That's your mom.
That's what a thing you chose to do.
Yeah,
you had control over that.
The way you're engaging with him now and what he's seeing off her now in season 3, you're their mom.
Yeah, in a way that like, if a show keeps telling you a thing, they can't mean that like, well, Harper's saying that, so she's obviously lying to herself. I would hear a critic of me saying like, yeah, but if the show keeps saying a thing over and over again, I have to think that that's what the show believes.
Right. It's the interview I read with the creators. They keep getting surprised that people message them on LinkedIn saying I'm in finance because of this show. Like, it got me into finance, and they're like, you shouldn't. It's a cautionary tale. Like, then guys?
Then why have you written it so where I should, like, it feels like I'm supposed to be sympathetic with these people.
It feels like this is the only place where these broken people can thrive.
Right.
And that I should be glad they found a home. I don't know. I did not so much enjoy it.
If they fail at this less, then they will have to not be stockbrokers anymore.
Oh my gosh.
And like, to me, I'm like, that is just, dude, if anyone else fails at like, if they fail at this, they might not be able to be, oh man, being a doctor is their dream. That would be like,
this isn't anybody's dream.
Being a musician, I mean, I know most musicians don't make it big, but to not be a musician at all would be like, that's going to kill his creative. What we just watched Wonder Man of like, if Simon doesn't play Wonder Man, it doesn't really have big real world stakes, but it means a lot to him.
It would mean the world to him, though. Yeah. Yeah, and these people would just have to go find some other...
And it's like, I'm supposed to care that these people might not be allowed to make money again, in which the money doesn't make them feel good anyway?
Yeah, I would say if the show is, and again, inadvertently, but if the show is making any truly good parallel, it's that these people don't have a job, they just have a different addiction. It's no different than the coke or the pills or the sex.
Yeah.
Their job is crystal meth. And if they don't get to go to their job anymore, I'm not going to cry tears because they had to change their drug of choice. Like, you guys will go find alcohol and bad sex and like risky decisions to fill the void. But it's a void, and they're just filling a void with this job. It's like, this job is crystal meth.
It's basically, it's this and religion of like, when you ever get a super drugged up friend that gets super religious, like you think you got clean, but I'm telling you, you just traded.
No, I've seen a lot of people swap heroin for Jesus, man. The drugs to Jesus pipeline is real.
I get why you're not waking up in an alley anymore, and you think that
and all of your friends will accept it as better.
Yeah,
like, because we're glad you're alive.
Right. But this is not fixed.
But it's not fixed. Yeah. Well, tune in next week as we chat about How to Get to Heaven from Belfast.
What?
Yes.
What is that?
That is the new show from the creator of Dairy Girls.
What?
She and 2 friends go to see a friend of theirs from high school, or a mean girl, I don't know, frenemy from high school's funeral, and they walk up to the casket at the funeral and realize that ain't her.
What? Oh no, what?
And so they have to stay in town and figure out what the fuck. But yeah, awesome. Cannot wait. Dairy Girls creators, so I'm there for it. Fucking awesome. And until next time,
TV Dudes out.
You're like the best thing to come out of this experience for me. When you look at me, you clearly see a victim. What do you really know about me?